The economy is always one of the biggest topics in any election. When people vote, they care about jobs, taxes, inflation, and the overall cost of living. In recent years, we've seen two very different approaches from two very different leaders, Donald Trump and Joe Biden. But which one was better for the U.S. economy? Was Trump's focus on tax cuts, deregulation, and corporate growth more effective? Or did Biden's push for stimulus spending and social programs create a stronger recovery? In this video, we'll compare their economic records in detail, looking at job growth, inflation, taxes, and more to help you decide. Stick around until the end, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. Let's start with Donald Trump. When he took office in 2017, his administration focused on cutting taxes and reducing government regulations to encourage business growth. One of his biggest moves was the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017. This law reduced the corporate tax rate from 35% to 21%, allowing businesses to keep more of their profits. Trump also lowered taxes for individuals, especially high-income earners. The goal? To increase investment, create jobs, and boost the economy. And in many ways, it worked. Unemployment dropped to just 3.5% in 2019, the lowest in 50 years. Wages were rising, particularly for low-income workers. Business confidence was high, and the stock market soared. The S&P 500 and Dow Jones reached record levels multiple times under Trump's presidency. But not everyone was a fan of Trump's policies. Critics argue that the tax cuts mainly benefited corporations and the wealthy, while increasing the national debt by nearly $1.9 trillion. Some experts also said that while job growth was strong, much of it was a continuation of trends from the Obama administration. Then came COVID-19 in 2020, and everything changed. The economy was hit hard, businesses shut down, and unemployment skyrocketed to 14.7%. The highest level since the Great Depression. Trump's administration launched the CARES Act, a $2.2 trillion stimulus package that included direct payments to Americans and loans to businesses. This helped the economy recover somewhat, but the long-term effects were still uncertain by the time Trump left office. When Joe Biden took office in January 2021, the economy was already in recovery mode, but there were still major challenges. His first big move was the American Rescue Plan, a $1.9 trillion stimulus package that provided direct payments to Americans, extended unemployment benefits, and funded COVID-19 relief efforts. Biden's approach focused on government spending to boost the economy, rather than tax cuts. This led to strong job growth. Over 12 million jobs were created in his first 2 years, mainly as businesses reopened after the pandemic. The unemployment rate dropped to 3.4% in early 2023, even lower than under Trump. But with this growth came a major issue: inflation. Prices of everyday goods, from groceries to gas, skyrocketed. In June 2022, inflation hit 9.1%, the highest in 40 years. Many Americans struggle with higher cost of living, and Biden's critics blamed his massive spending programs. His administration, however, argued that inflation was largely caused by global factors like supply chain disruptions and the war in Ukraine, which drove up energy prices. To combat inflation, the Federal Reserve raised interest rates aggressively, which slowed price increases but also made borrowing more expensive for businesses and consumers. In 2022, Biden signed the Inflation Reduction Act, which aimed to lower the deficit, reduce health care costs, and invest in clean energy. He also pushed the bipartisan infrastructure law, a $1.2 trillion plan, to improve roads, bridges, and broadband access. Supporters say these investments will strengthen the economy long-term, while critics worry about rising national debt. So, who did better for the economy? Let's break it down. 1. Job growth. Under Trump, unemployment hit a 50-year low of 3.5% before the pandemic. Under Biden, over 12 million jobs were created, mostly due to post-pandemic recovery. 2. Taxes. Trump cut taxes, benefiting businesses and high-income earners. Biden has proposed higher taxes on corporations and the wealthy to fund government programs. 3. Inflation. Under Trump, inflation stayed low, averaging around 1.8% before the pandemic. Under Biden, Inflation surged to 9.1% in 2022, but hasn't slowed down. 4. Stock market. Trump oversaw major stock market gains, with the S&P 500 rising over 50% in his first 3 years. Biden's stock market has been more volatile, with periods of growth and decline. 5. Government spending and debt. Trump increased the national debt by nearly $7.8 trillion, mainly due to tax cuts and COVID relief. Biden's spending programs have also raised debt, with long-term impacts still unknown. At the end of the day, it depends on what you prioritize. If you believe in lower taxes, deregulation, and a strong stock market, Trump's policies might seem more effective. If you support government investment in infrastructure, healthcare, and social programs, Biden's approach might be better. There's no single answer. But what do you think? Who managed the economy better, Trump or Biden? Let us know in the comments. The economy affects all of us, and understanding how leaders impact it is crucial. If you found this video informative, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.